Good morning, everybody. Let me welcome you here this morning. Let me check my sound to make sure that we're working good. I'm going to go on my iPad to check that. So just a moment, please. We want to make sure we've got good sound. All right. Let me make sure I've got a delay on my iPad. So give it a moment. All right. All right. Sounds good. Okay, we can get rid of that. We don't need the iPad. All right. I want to welcome you here this morning. Be sure that you comment when you come on. Let me introduce myself. If you haven't seen me before, I am creating cards with Debbie. My name is Debbie Foster, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I'm located in Bismarck, Arkansas, which is the southern part of Arkansas, and we're about 20 miles south of Hot Springs, if you've heard of that. So again, thank you for being here today. And if you're watching on YouTube, be sure you click that subscribe button and the little bell, and you'll be notified when I go live. And also, if you're watching me on Facebook, I'm programming it both to Facebook and YouTube at the same time. So you can watch either stream that you want to. So today is it's not Wednesday. It is Friday, November 22nd, 2024. And we're going to be doing 3 gift cards today, Christmas gift cards, but they could be changed for birthday or any occasions. It doesn't have to be Christmas, but we're going to showcase Christmas today. All right, so let me go ahead and turn our camera down so you can see my tabletop. All right, that looks good. All right, so be sure you comment when you come on, say hello. And if you're new to watching me, let me know that too, and let us know where you're watching me from. It's always fun to see where everybody is. All right, like I said, I'm creating cards with Debbie, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in the United States. And if you need to shop for any products, let me run that across the bottom of the screen. It is www.debbiefoster.stampinup.net. And if your order is under $150, use the November 2024 host code, which is WAQ4KAX4. And you'll use that if your order is under $150. So I'm going to give that a moment to run across the bottom there so you can copy it down. So let me talk about Paper Pumpkin. And I'm going to bring that banner up here and take this one off. Okay, so if you want to sign up for our subscription for Paper Pumpkin, that's scrolling across, or it's not scrolling, it's at the bottom of our screen here, just so you can copy that down and sign up for Paper Pumpkin. But for December, this is the December Paper Pumpkin. You've got until December 10th to sign up for this one. And it says Notes from the Heart. It includes card bases with scalloped edging. And let me tell you a little bit more about that. It says create cards with hand-sketched botanical designs. It makes 9 projects, 3 each of 3 designs, pre-cut vellum pieces and sparkling gems, scalloped card bases, and coordinating envelopes. And the Stampin' Spot that you'll receive with this one is going to be the Blackberry Bliss. But it also goes along with the Flirty Flamingo, Old Olive, Pecan Pie, Pretty in Pink, and Very Vanilla colors. And to add a little bit extra to that kit, you can also add on our coordinating dies. And let me see if the screen's picking that up. Okay. The December one is like the fern leaf. But you also get all 3. So the first one was for October, and that's the word die for Mary. And then November was the little tag die. So you can add those on for $12 to your kit, and the number is 165639. Each quarter, Stampin' Up! Is adding dies to our paper pumpkin kits, so that makes it kind of fun to have a little extra to go with that. All right, and we've also got a couple new kits that have been added. Let me get the paper pumpkin off of there. Like I said, Stampin' Up! Has added a couple more Stampin' kits, and one of them is called Layered Landscape Kit. And it says, do you long for the great outdoors but don't actually want to go outdoors? Then the Layered Landscapes Kit is perfect for you. DIY lovely home decor with this unique kit that includes 4 7 1/8 inch by 7 1/8 inch by 3/4 inch frames and pre-cut paper pieces. You can either stand the frames up on their included easels or hang them on your wall. Either way, your house guests are sure to love your new artwork. Okay, so this kind of shows it a little bit better. You get 4 frames. I'm trying to get my camera to focus in on them. So they're kind of cute. You can see it in this picture, but it's not as clear, I think. Kind of shadowy. Cute kit. And that is $25 for that kit. And the number for it is 164981. It's called Layered Landscapes Kit. But they've also added another one, which is called Nature's Paintings Kit. And this one is $25. Let me tell you about that. And it says, embrace your creative side with Nature's Paintings Kit. This unique kit includes everything you need for a fun, creative experience. A coloring book, watercolor pencils, and a water painter. All you need is some imagination and water. Create lovely, picturesque images using advanced coloring techniques with this craft kit, or make something that's never been seen before, like green flowers with purple leaves. Keep it realistic or color outside the lines. It's up to you. And once you're done, you can use your finished artwork to create a one-of-a-kind card front. And it comes with 24 watercolor paper pages, 8 watercolor pencils, and then, of course, the 1 water painter and the coloring book. And it also has a box that you can put it in. It's a 9 by 7/8 inch by 6 1/2 inch by 1 3/4 inch. It's printed designer box for storage or crafting on the go. That might be kind of fun. And the number for that one is 164982, and that again is $25. All right, and we've got some new online exclusives going on right now. Still, one of them are the Marbled Elegant Suite collection, where you can get everything, and the other one is Adorable Otter Suite collection. And you can buy all these items separately. You don't have to buy them in a suite, so don't let that scare you away. All right, and then we've got some other things here. We've got the adhesive-backed heart sequins, the gift bags combo pack, which is 16 stampable bags, 8 each of 2 sizes. The large bag is 4 1/2 inches by 5 3/4 inches, and the small bag is 3 5/16 inches by 3 11/16 inches. And they're food safe. They're white. And then we've also got the gold twisted thread. And this is the Hearts of Elegance that I was showing you. And then we've also got the Happy Hibiscus bundle. And that has a hybrid embossing folder with it. So the dies and the embossing folder, you can buy all as a bundle. So just go into my online store and the online exclusives, and you'll be able to find all those items. If you have any questions or any problems, reach out to me, either private message me, or you can email me. So I think that's all the news I've got, other than to get your starter kit. Let's put that back up here. You go to www.stampinup.com. Well, you see the website right there, but let me tell you about that. For $99 is what the kit is going to cost you, plus any sales tax if you have any. You will be able to pick out $125 worth of product, and that is including free shipping. So that's a bargain. You get what, $26 extra that you don't have to pay for. So that's comes in handy. Helps our budget a little bit. So if you have any questions on that, you don't have to do what I do. You can just do it to get your discount on your future orders. So once you get your kit and put in your first order, then your discount applies to that. So like I said, if you have any questions, reach out to me, and I'd be happy to have you on my team. Our team has a lot of fun each month. We do different things, team meeting, card swaps, all sorts of stuff. All right, so let's get back to the program here. And like I said, today we're going to be working on Christmas gift cards. So let me get my instructions over here. This is our first one. If you don't want to give a gift card, you can always give money. So that's what this one is. It's a little folder to put your money in. I just put a dollar bill in there. I didn't have any other money handy, so I just put that in there to show. So it says, Merry Christmas, and then on the inside, may all your days be full of cheer. And I'm using a Velcro dot to keep it closed. So it just pops off of there and it keeps it closed when you're not wanting it to open. So let's go ahead and get started with that. Get our instructions all out here and our bits and pieces. And we'll get started with this. I'm starting out with our Mossy Meadow cardstock, which measures, I'll get my instructions over here, I can see them. It is 7 3/8 inches by 9 3/4 inches. And then I've scored that at 2 separate places. The first score line is at 2.5 inches. We're going to burnish that edge. And the other one is at 6.5 inches. We'll burnish that edge also. So this is the shorter side is going to be your bottom side. And then the top side is the bigger section, the 2.5 inch. I think that's a 2.5. No, it's like 3 1/4 inches. So the 2.5 is on the shorter side. So I've taken my corner rounder, and I know this is retired, our detailed trio, but I'm sure a lot of people have a corner rounder somewhere if it's not this one. And we're going to corner round the larger section of our card base. And I've already done one side, so I didn't forget to do it. Press that down. All right, so here we have our top flap with the rounded edges. All right, and then I've got our designer series paper, which comes from, let me get my sample sheet over here. We're using the paper that comes from the Season of Green Gold DSP, and I'm using the patterns, it's on the back side. Okay, I'm using this side for the top flap, and then I'm using this pattern for the bottom side. So we're going to do our corner rounds on this section, and this one measures 7 1/4 inches by 3 1/8 inches, and you're going to corner round the one side. on both sides of that. Push my scraps over there out of the way. And this is going to attach to our top flap. And I'm just going to use my dependable adhesive that I always use. And just put a thin strip of glue around the edges. I'll put this over here and attach that. I'm going to leave a little border going around all my sides here, my flap. Just a real thin border. Camera's not even picking that up, but it blends in with the cardstock. All right. And then on the bottom flap, we're going to attach this one. We're not rounding those corners. So that's going to be glued directly down to our smaller flap at the bottom, or the inside flap, I should say. And place that down. Right. And we're going to set that aside because we're going to do some stamping on our inside basic white. I've got two different basic whites here. I've got one is 3 3/4 inches by 7 1/4 inches, and then 3 inches by 7 1/4 inches. And the smaller one will be the top one. And then our bottom, our middle layer. And I think I need to corner around these. So let's do those. And again, we're just doing one side. So it'll match up against our other corner rounded area. And I'm going to do my stamping. So let's get that done. We'll set this aside for right now. And to bring over our stamps here. We're using the fern leaves that are out of the golden greenery. So it'll be these two, the background and then the detailed stamp. And also may all your days be full of cheer, which comes from the Reindeer Fund. I guess I didn't show which stamp sets I was going to use today, so I'll go through them as we are stamping here today. And I'm going to use our Mossy Meadow ink. And I think I'm going to bring a scrap over here so I don't make too much of a mess out of my work surface here. So kind of keep it clean. We're going to be going off the edges a little bit, so. Camera view. All right, we're going to start out with our background fern, and we're going to be doing some stamping off. So I did need some scrap paper over here, and I'm going to stamp that off once. Oops, I got these turned around here. Let me switch them around. Let's do the top. Let's do that again. Stamp off once, and then we're going to stamp that upper left-hand corner, and then another one on the other upper right-hand corner, and doing the same, stamp off. And this one's going to come in at this angle. Set that over there. We're going to be kneading it again. And now we're going to do the detailed leaf. going to match that up with the other. We didn't stamp this one off. We're going full strength. Same with the other side. All right, I've got that. And we'll also stamp the sentiment, which is may all your days be full of cheer. And it's going to go right in the center. All right, we'll set that one aside. We'll work on the bottom. And again, we're going to do the same thing with this one. And for this one, we're going to go all the way across. We're not going to do just the corners. And down a little lower. And let me see, right there, I guess is good. I probably could move that one over a little bit. Oops, yeah. Let's put a little sprig right there. All right, now we do the centers. And I'll start over here. It's kind of quiet today. Let me move that banner out of the way. Well, I've lost my banner. There we go. Nope. Well, just a moment. There we go. For some reason, I lost my banner. And now I've stuck my finger in the ink pad here. Grab a baby white. Well, we wouldn't be stampers if we didn't have ink all over our fingers, would we? All right. Got green fingers today. All right, let's get back to what we were doing. Well, goodness. Cookie's wound up about something. Sees something outside, I guess. All right, so there we have that. We don't stamp any sentiment. And I'm going to move that icky paper out of the way. Now we're going to bring our card base back over here, and we're going to attach this inside layer. And it doesn't matter that it doesn't go all the way to the bottom because it's not going to show anyway. So let's add our glue. Or any adhesive that you use. And make sure you've got our leaves going the right direction here. Yep. And I'm going to place that towards the upper portion of that top score line. Keeping it centered. Well, centered on 3 sides anyway. All right, and now we can attach that down. So I'm going to use our tear-in tape for that. And I'm going to run it across this end and across this end. And like they call it, it's tear-in tape, so you don't need a scissors. You just pull it off, tear it off. And we're going to grab our take your pick tool, and we're going to pull those paper layers off to expose the sticky. All right, and we're going to press that down. Whoops, don't press it down yet. We've got to make a little hole there, and we're going to use, I think it's a 1/2 inch punch. No, I was wrong. It's a 3/4 inch punch. We're going to punch that center to make a place to stick our thumb in there to pull our card out. Now we can push that down. I almost jumped the gun here. Okay, so we've got our little thumb hole right there to get our finger in there. All right, now we're going to attach this to our top. Use our adhesive again. You want to make sure you've got it going the right direction, not upside down. All right, so let me take my dollar out of there and we'll put in this one. Okay, so there's that part finished. And we need to, let me situate it here. I'm going to set that aside for a moment because we're going to die cut some pieces out here. I have cut out this pattern out of our designer series paper that I showed you. And we've got 2 dies that'll cut that out. And let me bring those over here. And this is from the Golden Greenery bundle, stamp set and dies. So let me grab those. There's 2 different ones here. And get our plates over here. I don't think I have, can I cut both at the same time? Maybe I can. So we're going to take our dies. And I need a little bit of washi tape over here to hold those in place. So let's grab that. I usually have some that I've used already, but I guess I threw them all away. I was doing a little cleaning yesterday and rearranging, I guess. So I take the washi tape and I stick it on my clothes to get rid of some of the tackiness so they don't tear my paper. You could probably also put it on your hand or arm or something too and pick up some oils off your skin. That would probably get rid of some of it. All right, and this one can go on this one, but I don't know if I can cut both at the same time. And I think I'm going to run them separately because I don't want my dies hitting each other because that could break them. So we'll do one at a time. All right. And like I said, when you come on, be sure you say hello. There's our first leaf. Hope everybody's enjoying that I'm doing 2 videos a week. Wasn't sure how that would work out, but I think it's going to be okay. It's a lot more prep work to do, but I may keep one of them more simple and just do one item. I'm not sure, to cut down on the preparation time. We'll see what happens. All right, and we're going to run this other one through. All right, oops, I got something in my paper there. There's our 2 dies. I'm going to bring our money wallet over here. I guess it's called a money wallet. And we're going to place our die cut leaves down. And I'm going to do them in this left-hand corner. So let me set those aside. We want to stamp our sentiment first. And oops. Let me grab one of my scraps over here that I use that come from trimming my papers. I save all my little strips. And this is going to say Merry Christmas. And that comes from, it's from the Reindeer Fund. So Merry Christmas. I'm inking that up with our Mossy Meadow. And I'm kind of light at that one, and let me do this again. Well, my stamp pad isn't inking up right. Turn it over. We got 2 sides to every paper, every cardstock. I re-inked my pad the other day, but I think it's my stamp pad. Something's wrong with it. I may have to invest in another one, a new one. That looks pretty good. We're going to go with that. We'll close that ink pad up. And we're going to bring our paper snips over here, and we're going to do some fussy cutting. So let me cut that off, get it out of the way. And we're just going to trim around our sentiment and going around the letters. And all right, that looks okay. And I'm just going to go across our leaves, sort of like this. So let me go ahead and attach those down. And I'm going to start with this one first. And this is kind of interesting leaves. It's got little hearts for the flower or the leaves. I thought that was kind of different. Kind of catches your eye. I'm going to put that one down first. And I'm going to put it at more of a slant. And the same with this one. And well, I don't want to cover up that a lot, so I guess I'll put it right there. And now our sentiment, we're going to place that up on dimensionals. So I've got my small dimensionals here, part of a sheet. I'm using my take your pick tool. We're going to grab some of those and place down. Make sure I've got the right side because I've got the sentiment on both sides. I don't want to mess up, use the wrong one. And I'm placing 3 on there. So I don't want it sinking in the middle too much. I'll place that over top of our leaves. And then I've made a little bow using, I don't have it over here. Well, oh, I do too. It's right in front of me. I've got the gold satin edged ribbon I'm using. And I've already made a bow with that ahead of time, but I want to poof up my bow here because it's gotten kind of flattened while I had it in the envelope. So I can do a little poofing here. And that's going to go right across the bottom of our stems there. So I'm going to use our mini glue dots to attach that. And we'll pick that up and set it down onto our stems there. You can kind of maneuver your bow to make it look good. And my ribbon scissors, and we'll do some trimming of our tails there. You can leave them kind of long. It doesn't matter. They can hang off that edge there. So we're not going to cut off too much. And then I've got our adhesive back sequins trio. We're going to use some of the white sequins in here. And again, we're using our Take Your Pick tool to pop those off. Can't hardly see it there. And we're going to put 3 of those in the right-hand corner, spacing them out evenly if possible. All right, so there's the front side of our card, but we need to attach our what did I do with them? Thinking I'm looking right at them somewhere here. Looking for our adhesive dots. Where did they go? All right, they're hiding. Here they are. And I just got these off of Amazon. These are the 3/8" circles. So you can do a search and find them. You probably find them at any of your sewing places or Walmart or Target or wherever. So I'm just going to take one of those and we're going to attach that. So I'm going to put these back in here so I don't drop them on the floor and JoJo will be eating them. I mean, not too good for her. So I'm going to take the backing off of one side. And I didn't get that off at the right. All righty. Trying to get my fingernail in there to grab hold of it. It's not cooperating with me. I've got fumble fingers today, I guess. And we're going to attach that to the center of our front flap. So push it down. Hi, Becky. How are you today? Glad to see you. And pull that other backing off the strip. And it's not wanting to let go here. Only on live camera do I have problems. All right, we're going to press that down. And it should attach to our bottom flap. And it does. So we've got, holds it close. So that's our first gift card holder. This is our money wallet, is what it's called. Merry Christmas. And on the inside, may all your days be full of cheer. And then I'm a cheapie. I've only got $1 bill in there, but it would be something more than that for a gift. It was all that I had handy. So there's our first gift card holder. Let me move some things out of the way here. We'll get on to our second one. Instructions. And find our card in here. Well, I'm dropping a little bit of everything here. Okay, so here's our next gift card holder. It says Christmas is better together. And then you open it this way, and this is where your gift card would go. And it says, may all your days be full of cheer. So, and I also did the envelope to match it, which is right here. Makes it prettier. All right, so I'm going to get my scraps out here. All of our things that we're going to need. And this one I am using the Sentimental Christmas. And I'm using these two patterns here. I'm changing it up from my original. The original one, I used these, but I'm going to use these instead this time. Make it a little bit different. So this can be found in the mini catalog, the September to December 2024. And $3 of each pack that you buy of this goes for a special cause that Stampin' Up! Has picked out. And I think it's a children's literacy program that it's going to this time. So it's for a good cause. All right, we're going to start out with our card base. I almost messed up here. Which is going to be our pecan pie. And this measures 5.5 inches by 4 1/4 inches. And then we've got some of that designer series paper, which we're going to use this side of it. We've got the deer on the other side and the snowflakes on this side. And this measures 5 1/4 inches by 4 inches. And that's going to be glued down to our card base. So let me go ahead and attach that. Yeah, left my glue open, so it's wanting to be stubborn here a little bit. So get it moving. Thank you, Becky. Yeah, we don't always give gift cards. Sometimes it's money. So I thought I'd throw that in there today. And try to get this on straight. I guess that's okay that way. All right, there's our card base. And this is going to be our fun fold part of it. So we're going to fold it kind of in an S shape. So it's going to be, I guess, accordion fold. So it's going to be like this. So let's take our bone folder and we're going to burnish those score lines. And again on this one. All right, so it's going to go onto our card like this. Yeah. But we're going to decorate that first. So let's go ahead and do that. And we've got 2 basic white, which are 4 1/4 inches by 3 inches. And those are going to go onto our front flap and into our middle section. So we're going to do some stamping and all that good stuff on there first. So we're using our black memento. Let me close up this glue so it doesn't dry up on me. So I'm going to start out with our front flap onto one of these. And I'm going to stamp Christmas is Better Together. And that comes from our reindeer fun. This one right here. Oh, and I've got to mount my reindeer. I didn't do that yet. So I thought I was ready this morning. I guess not. All right, so let's stamp our sentiment first. It's going to go up in the very top left-hand corner. You want to leave some room to be able to fit your deer and a little tree. So let me get those out here. The deer and the tree. And we're going to do a little sand and some snowflakes. So here's the snowflakes. I guess I didn't have this all prepped ahead of time. All right, so we're going to grab our big block and put our deer on there. A small block for the tree. Let me scooch that over. It shifted on me. It slid. And then I need a couple small blocks for the snowflakes. And the ground, I guess it's like little sand or something. All right, so we're going to need let's do our deer first. It's going to take up more room. Oops. Came off of my block there. And we're going to stamp that in the bottom right-hand corner. Trying not to cover up our sentiment. That looks good. And then that's all the black that we need, so put that away. Now we're going to bring a mossy meadow and we'll stamp our tree. I'm going to have to get up and get one of my stamp sets here in a minute. I forgot the balmy blue. So here's our tree with the mossy meadow. It's going to go in the bottom left corner. All right. And let me get my pecan pie and my balmy blue. I'm just seeing. And pecan pie. So let's do the pecan pie. We're going to color our little sand areas on the bottom of the layer here. Make sure I'm in camera view here. And I'm just going across the bottom so they're not standing in midair. All right. Close that up. Bring over our balmy blue and we'll do some snowflakes. And just kind of alternate them a little bit. And I want to put some down here. Guess I should have done along the deer first. And a few over here. And I think that's good. Close close that up. And then we're going to bring over our Stampin' blends. I'm going to be using the crumb cake, the light and the dark, and I guess that's all I'm using. I just had an extra one here because I had one, my dark crumb cake was getting towards the end, so I grabbed an extra, a new one. So I'm going to start with the dark crumb cake and kind of do some shading. Just kind of outline his legs a little bit just on one side for the shading part. And maybe a little bit along his belly here. There. So I'll come back with the light crumb cake and we'll do some coloring. And I'm going to leave his tail and his belly white. His belly and his part of his chest are white, and then we'll leave his tail white, her tail. And we'll brush in and we'll finish coloring here. It's a little bit faster than that small point. And color in her face a little bit more. All right, we'll do the baby deer, and we'll do the same. Start with the dark. My eyes are acting up on me today. Not focusing right. And a little dark there. Come back with our light crumb cake. Leave the belly white. And that little chest area and the tail. All right, so there's our front. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to run this through my embossing folder, with my snowflakes, and just give it a little bit of texture on the front area. So I'm going to use the Snowflake Sky, the 3D embossing folder. So let me go ahead and place that in there. And I like to line it up with the lines that are on the front area of our folders. That way I know it's going in there straight and it just shifted on me. So let me run that through my big machine, which I got sitting over here. I don't want to bring it on camera. Just run that through real quick. because I'm kind of weak today. I'm struggling a little bit. All right, so here it is. It just gives it a little texture to it. I don't know if the camera's picking it up. So we're going to put that on our front area. Again, using my adhesive of choice. Had to warm that up or something. Didn't want to come out. All right. And that's going to go on our top panel. Slide back in my chair. I was sitting on the edge of it. All right. And then our inside. Bring that back over here. We're going to stamp May All Your Days. Did I use that one? Yeah. I need to bring my Simply Chamois over here and clean off that mossy meadow off of that because we're going to be using the black. You can also find the Simply Chamois in my store. It works very good for cleaning your stamps. There's no chemicals involved, just plain old water. So you just keep it damp so you can clean off your stamps with it. And when it gets dirty, then you rinse it out with warm water. It does stain, but it's clean. Just doesn't look like it's clean. All right, so we're going to bring back our black ink over here. This is my black memento I put into a craft pad. All right, we're going to stamp that right in the center. Well, kind of up towards the top portion, more towards the top than in the center. And again, I'm going to bring over my balmy blue and we're going to stamp some snowflakes there too. So, I'm just going to put them in the corners, top corners. And on mine, I did run it through that same embossing folder, the snowflakes. So I think I might do that again. Where did I put it? Well, I just had it. Now I've lost it. All right. Well, it couldn't have gone very far. There it is. Right next to me. Could have bit me. All right. Again, I'm going to run that through real quick. Right. Oh, hi, Zoe. Welcome. Well, thank you. I could get you started. All right, so we're going to place that in our second area here of our card, our gift card. All right. And we're going to place that in the center, line it up with the one that's on the top area. All right, so that's all the stamping we've got to do. Now we're going to add our designer series paper, and Oops, I grabbed the wrong one. Which is missing in action here. Did I not cut that? There it is. Now it's on the floor. All right. All kinds of issues today. All right, so this is going to go on that bottom layer, but first we're going to punch out a notch hole for that also. So I'm going to use our 3/4 inch punch, and I'm going to make a thumb hole right there in the center, probably about halfway of the circle. And this is going to go in our bottom area. So we're going to put our glue. Well, let me use tear and tape. It might hold better. Let's bring out the tear and tape again. And we're going to put a small strip across the bottom. Turn that off. And then we're going to put a strip on each side. And there we have that. So let's take your pick tool back over here, wherever it went. Oh goodness. There we are. Underneath the stamp, they're hiding. All right, we're going to pull off those backings. And the third one here. Push our brush out of the way. All right, now we're going to put that on that bottom layer. And you're going to have an even border on those three sides, the top or the bottom and the two sides. All right, just like so. And we're going to glue this to our card base. So we're going to put glue on this back panel where the gift card is going to be. And I'm going to fold that up to make it easier to attach it. So I'm going to close that all up. And then we're going to place that on the center of our card base. And press that down. Let me open it up and press it down a little bit. Okay, so here we have, and we need to put a gift card in there. So I've got a gift card here that's from Cracker Barrel that I've used up already. So we're just going to place that in there just for show. And there you'd be. So I didn't put any gems or any ribbon on this. Couldn't really decide where to put them at for one thing, and I just thought it would take away from it a little bit. So it opens just like this. And we've got Merry Christmas, or Christmas is better together. May all your days be full of cheer. And you could put another sheet of white on the back to be able to write on it if you wanted to, but I just left it that way. I'm figuring that, well, being I've embossed that now, I wouldn't be able to write on there. So I guess I shouldn't have embossed that area. Or just put another sheet on the back is what I'd do. So here's our two different ones here. So that's our second gift card. Let me clean up a little bit here, and we'll go on to our third one. Oh, I do have a card here too, or an envelope to put that in. So we've got our envelope here, and I've got our designer series paper, which is about 2 1/4 inches, 2.5 inches by 6 inches. And that's going to go onto our flap. So I'm going to put some glue around here. Oops. And we're going to get a hold of our designer series paper again. We're going to put that down onto our envelope flap and press that all down. And we're going to turn that over, and we're going to trim off that excess off of the envelope flap. Very easy to do. Just follow the line of your envelope flap there. I always forget to do my envelopes when I'm doing my lives. I do send them out that way, but I forget to do them. I need to get back in the habit of doing them. And where's our tree? I've lost the tree. Oh, it's right beside me again. And I'm going to bring my Mossy Meadow ink pad over here. And we're going to stamp a tree at the bottom corner just to dress it up a little bit. Make sure it's going the right direction, not upside down. All right. It just adds a little something to it. Dress this up. Bring that back over here to show you. And this is what it would be. There's your card and your envelope. All right, so set that aside. We'll get started on our third project. And stiffen up here just a little bit so I can make some room. All right, so this one is kind of a fun fold tag, I guess you'd call it. But you pull it out and it exposes your gift card inside. And again, just push that back in. So something different. So let's get started. It looks like it's complicated, but it's not. I hope. All right, we're going to start out over there for now. We're using, this is our garden green cardstock, and this is going to measure 4 inches by 6 inches, and it's scored at 2 3/4 inches and 5.5 inches. So we're going to burnish those edges, those score lines, with our bone folder. Thank you, Becky. And we're going to score another score line. And then we're going to put some tear and tape along this 1/2 inch tab. It's going to go on the inside. I should be using my silicone mat over here, but so far I haven't gotten adhesive on my work surface yet, so I guess I'm doing okay. All right, take your pick tool, pop that off. And then we're going to fold this over onto that 1/2 inch tab and going to match that up. And you will have a little bit of depth right there, so you don't want it tight. But if you match up your edges, you should be fine. All right, and then we've got our designer series paper, which is We are at 3 inches by 6 inches. And this is going to be coming from the Reindeer Fun Designer Series paper. Yeah, right here. And we're using this design right here. So I'm just going to wrap those around. I'm not even going to attach it right away. I'm going to fold back and then I'm going to come back in and glue it down. So I want to wrap that around, not too tight. And kind of make a crease line. So I'm going to add our adhesive to that. This paper is so cute. I love it. Cute little deer. And a little bit on those flaps. All right, and then we're going to add that to our card, our little tag holder. And push that down and bring this back and attach. Oops, I got that a little bit crooked, but nobody's going to know. All right, so here's our card so far. And I need a bigger space at the bottom, so I turned it around here. And now we're going to poke a ribbon hole. And again, I'm using the Retired Detailed Trio, but a 3/8 inch punch would work the same way. So whatever you have handy, I'm going to see that I got that centered. And push down. I had to stand up and give it some more oomph here. Okay, so that one. And then I'm going to do the same. This is another layer that is 4 inches by 2 5/8 inches. And this is going to be your insert on the inside, your inside tag. So we're going to punch a hole in that also. Put it back down here. And I'm going to be using the ribbon, which comes from the Real Red and Garden Green. And we can either use the green or we can use the red, but I think I'm going to use the red. So we want 16 inches of ribbon. So let me measure that out. And I don't have enough of the red. We're going to have to switch that to the green. I guess I've been using that quite a bit. So the green, and we want 16 inches. So I'll give it right about there. My ribbon scissors have disappeared. No, they're hiding. Snip that off. And we're going to attach that to our inside layer first. And I'm going to pull them straight. All right, and then we're going to add that. Let me see if I'm doing this right. Let me look at something here. All right. So now we're going to bring those up. So you're going to have your hole and your ribbon tied through at the bottom. And we're going to place that back into our sleeve. And then we're going to string our ribbons each side through the hole, one on each side. So this one goes in this one, and this one will come back through this one. Let me, are they straight? Yeah. And let's get our ribbon straight here. And this one's twisted. Okay. So it pushes back in there, and then you just pull. Okay. And I think I got my ribbon twisted. Let's get it turned right. Okay. Okay, so there's our ribbon so far. Let's go ahead and decorate the front side. So as you can see, it just pulls out. And you can see at the bottom here, let me push that back through. You just went through those hoops and then brought your ribbon up and put them in through these holes. And then you're able to pull it up and push it back down. So I hope that's not too confusing. All right, let's go ahead and start decorating. So with my real red, I have die cut using the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I'm using this die to cut out the red, and I'm using this die to cut out my basic white. So as you can see. All right, we're going to attach those two together. And put that down in the center of our real red circle, die cut. And now that's going to go onto our front of our holder here. And I didn't put it on dimensionals. I'm going to be putting our deer head up on dimensionals. So I want to put that centered on the front. And I have already die cut our deer, and I'm using the early espresso to cut out this die, which is the back side of the deer's head. And I'm going to punch that out. Well, something's hanging on here. I don't want to tear it, so I'm trying to be gentle, not too rough. All right, so there's the deer's head, and that's using this die. And next is our crumb cake. And that used this die. Let me punch out all the extras here. Well, come on out of there, little deer. Everything's harder on camera. Nah, it won't pop out that way either. We are being stubborn. Come on. All right, now we've got it. And this is the center portion of the deer head. And then last but not least, we've got this one, which I'm punching out all the extras. Get that off of there. Well, usually they pop out of there, but they're not doing it today. It's because we're on camera, that's why. All right, so here's our third portion of our deer head, and you can see those. Now we're going to attach all those together. We'll get our dies out of the way here. Put them in my magnetic bowls. I don't lose them. And we're going to start out with our early espresso, and then we're going to layer the crumb cake and the pecan pie. So let's get started there. And I'm going to use my fine tip glue to do these. I don't want glue oozing all over the place. So let me see if I can get my bottle to work here. And I just have my Tombow glue in this bottle. It's one of our fine tip glue bottles that we get with Stampin' Up. So I just recycled it. All right, and we'll place that down first. And let me make sure I've got them centered up here right. This reminds me of years ago, we used to do the paper piecing. I'm probably showing my age here. All right, got a little bit too much glue right there. All right, we'll attach that to the top of our crumb cake. And let me get that centered up there right. These little deer head would be cute for making a card for our deer hunters too. For our man card. All right, so there's our little deer head, and I've got things sticking to my arm here. Let me put my cap on my glue bottle here so it doesn't clog up on me. My eyes are really acting up today. I can't focus right or something. Or maybe my glasses are dirty, might be. All right, so I'm going to place that up on a dimensional. So we're going to bring that over here. And take your pick tool, grab one of those off. And I think I'm going to put two on the back of our deer head. And we're going to attach him to our die cut circles. And place them right about in the middle. All right, isn't he cute? All right, but we're not done yet. We're going to add some gems and everything to him. And what did I do with my bow? There it is. I have also die cut a little bow, which is in those dies also. It is, well, where is it? I misplaced my dies. Oh. And it comes with a lot of different ones. There's 18 dies that come in this set. And I'm not seeing there's a little bow. Oh, here's the die. Kind of see it on the camera. So I've cut that out using the garden green cardstock. Let me move that out of the way here. And we're going to put a dot of glue on the back of our bow. And then we're going to place that onto the deer's chest. Hold that for a second. And then I'm going to add some rhinestones. And we're just going to put one in the center of his die there, his tie. And I'm going to use the smallest ones. Just adds a little bling to our card. But we're not done. We need to stamp our sentiment. And I've got a little scrap here. And I'm going to use the sentiment that comes from our Labeled with Love. And I'm using the Just For You, which I've already mounted. And I'm just going to use our Mento black ink to do that with. And stamp that across the bottom edge here. And I'm going to bring over my mini here to cut that off with. Stampin' Up! Doesn't carry these anymore, but I know I shouldn't use something you can't purchase. But any cutter would work. I just wanted to get a straight line. And our paper snips again. And I'm just going to cut these at an angle on each side. And then it's going to go across the bottom edge of our card, our holder. And JoJo's wound up today. I don't know. She sees something. She's supposed to be taking her nap. I don't know what's going on with that. All right, then we're going to add that to the bottom. And you could center it or you could put it off to one side. I'm going to put mine off to one side because sometimes I don't get it centered right. All right, so there's that part. And why did my bow get out of shape here? Let me get my ends lined up again, and we're going to straighten that. All right, now I'm going to take, this is our real red and white baker's twine, and I'm going to tie a little bow around the top of our ribbon there to hold it in place so it doesn't go nowhere. And we'll see if we can tie a bow on mine here or not. And I'm going to tie that around the ribbon and tie it in a knot to make sure it doesn't come undone. And then I'll attempt the bow. All right, so far the fingers aren't working. All right, we'll tie that tight and then we'll make a loop to see if we can get a bow going on here. And I don't want it quite that big, so we're going to pull our strings. And it's not a very good bow. Let me see if I can straighten that and twist it on me. Kind of want a little bow. All right, that's a little better. So we'll bring our ribbon scissors over here and we'll nip those ends a little bit. And I'm going to push that down a little bit. Okay. I think I'm happy with that. Let me get some things out of the way here. Oh, okay. I need to put a gift card in there. Let me snitch one out of these here. Well, all right. This one's not a gift card, but it's a debit card, but it's the same size as a gift card. It's no good, so don't worry about that. And it would fit in there like that. So there we have it. You could shorten your strings here if you want to, your ribbon. But I think I'm going to leave mine a little longer. And I didn't make an envelope for this, so you could, or you could just hand it to the person just like it is. So there's our projects for today. Let me bring those all out here and see if I can fit everything up here. And our first project was our money card, our money wallet. Okay, so there's our 3 projects for today. I hope you enjoyed them. I had some fun making them. Some were challenging and others were not, but they came together okay. So I've got a few gift cards I can hand out this year for Christmas. So which one was your favorite? Did you like the money wallet, the Fun Fold gift card, or the Tag gift card holder? Thank you, Carol. I appreciate that. Be sure you like and share the videos. And if you're watching YouTube, hit that subscribe button so you'll be notified when I go live. I'm trying to do 2 a week, so. Okay, Carol liked the deer one, the Fun Fold. Yeah, it is kind of cute and sweet. I like that one too. All of them? Yeah. They're all cute. It's hard to pick a favorite. I kind of like the wallet one because we don't always give gift cards. We give money sometimes to our grandkids or whoever. So that's kind of a good idea too. So it just opens like this. Okay, well, I appreciate y'all being here today, and be sure you tell your friends and family about me. I'd love to have more viewers. And until next Monday, which will be, what's the date Monday? Monday, November 25th. I hope y'all have a good weekend. And I'm not sure what I'm doing. I may continue with more Christmas. I'm not sure. Or I might just go on to something new, some of our newer items. I haven't decided yet, and I haven't got any prep work done yet, so that can change. So until Monday, 10:30 Central Time, I'll see you then. Y'all have a good rest of the week. And thank you for being here. Oh, Carol, you want to know what time Monday? It'll be 10:30 Central Time. I'm not sure which time zone you're in. It's 10:30 Central Time, 11:30 Eastern Time, 9:30 Mountain Time, and 8:30 Pacific Time. So I hope that helps. All right, so I'm going to let you go. Y'all have a good weekend. I know next week we'll all be busy getting things ready for Thanksgiving, so hopefully it doesn't interfere. My lives don't interfere with your cooking. Okay, you're on Eastern Time, Carol? Okay, yeah, that would be 11:30 your time. I always got to stop and think. I'm kind of time zone challenged too. I got to stop and think which is which. So yeah, 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time, 10:30 Central Time, 9:30 Mountain Time, and 8:30 Pacific Time. Okay, so I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you for being here, and have a great weekend. Get some me time in. So until Monday, November 25th, I'll see you then. Bye-bye.